It's that time again.
He's Christian.
He's KJ.
And you're listening to We'll Get You Hip on comradio.com.
Let's get it!
Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing.
Welcome back to We'll Get You Hip here on comradio.com. I'm your boy Christian. That over right next to me, my boy KJ. MLB. Let's go straight into baseball. Probably one of the biggest World Series outcomes in a long time.
Best one I've watched in a while.
The best one. People are saying it was one of the best ones they've watched in a long time. Best storylines they've seen in a long time between both teams, probably other than last year's with the Cubs and the Indians. Houston beat the LA Dodgers 5-1. And honestly, I thought it was kind of stunning. I thought the Dodgers were going to give more of a game than this and losing 5-1 at home. But I don't know. KJ, what are your takeaways?
I think they should have started Kershaw. That was the problem from the get-go. I mean, if there's any sort of hope that, like, okay, Kershaw's your ace, he's the best pitcher in baseball, it's like, you want to save his arm? Well, he would have had 4 months to rest after this game.
Right.
Put your best man out there. They're going to put their best man out there. I mean, Darvish got tatted in his first game, and in the one game where he should have never gotten tatted, he got tatted. They lit him up. I mean, he let up 2 in the first, 3 in the second. So I really kind of just hang that loss on you, Darvish. I don't think he should have ever been out there. And I said this last week. I said, I have faith in Kershaw. I mean, his biggest knock is being in the postseason. I thought he did what he could do. He had his mistakes, but in the end, again, it was Darvish that messed this up.
How will this series ever will propel baseball to becoming a popular sport again? Like, we get it, it's pretty popular, but like, it's on the decline.
I think this season was the spark baseball needed to have, and it really lived up to the hype. I mean, you had Judge, you had Bellinger, you had all these rookies. It's kind of like the NBA, where it's like there's this new field of rookies that's gonna like elevate the sport to like just elevate the sport in itself. And I think there's a lot of guys around baseball right now that people can hang their hat on. Obviously, the top 2 are Trout and Bryce. But then you have younger guys, like I said, like Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger. You still have Yasiel Puig, who's still young. I think he's going to play well. He's going to grow up eventually. But, no, I think this was great for baseball. I think this was really, really awesome. This was a high-scoring series. It came down to Game 7. It's really everything you could ask for. The only thing I didn't like about the series, I didn't like how it ended.
Yeah, I honestly...
Because, like, the game was kind of over between, like, the first 3 innings, and the Dodgers barely showed any life after the beginning of the game, so... That's, like, it's going to leave a sour taste in my mouth come to next season, but next season's going to be exciting, too.
Absolutely. Because now you can probably... Both these teams are probably going to be back. I don't know if the Dodgers are going to have the same type of season like they did earlier.
I think they can, because all their main players are young guys.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think Clayton Kershaw can repeat as well?
I mean, Kershaw's still going to be Kershaw, but I mean...
He was kind of a dog this year. So.
Yeah, but when isn't he a dog? He's in the middle of a $260 million contract. So, yeah, he's the best pitcher in baseball, but he has to get over that hump of collapsing in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like overall, it's a great... The series was really great. I feel like it's great for baseball. It's going to bring guys like myself who are really into baseball probably interested in next season just because of these storylines and how fast and how exciting the game's starting to be with all these big home run hitters. So we'll see what happens. But overall, it's a great series. Congratulations.
It was a great series.
Yeah.
Happy for Houston. That city needed that championship.
Absolutely, especially after what happened with
Hurricanes.
Yeah, with the Hurricanes. So, congratulations to the Houston Astros. Best luck next year for LA Dodgers. Either way, great series. No problems with it at all. Now let's kind of switch gears to the NFL. So the first big name to drop was Jimmy Garoppolo getting traded to the 49ers for, I believe, a second rounder. Now, I personally think the 49ers should have just waited out. I don't see why they needed to trade for Garoppolo. They're already 0-8 this season. I don't know what was the sudden need for a quarterback when you could have just probably drafted one. Maybe they saw something in Garoppolo that the Shanahan could fix.
I mean,
Shanahan.
if you're able to take a chance on a quarterback that's his entire career has sat behind Tom Brady and has learned from Bill Belichick, then you take the chance on that guy.
I mean, if anyone, yes, absolutely.
You take whatever it's worth for the 49ers. You take the chance on it. Because at the end of the day, what do the 49ers really have to lose? They're 0-8. If this quarterback doesn't work out, then they have another bad season, and then they could draft a quarterback in 2019. I mean, that's just how it works. I mean, if Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But if he works out, he has a really, really high ceiling, and he's collected all the notes. He's gone to class. Now it's time to take the exam for Jimmy Garoppolo. I think it was a good trade. I'm excited for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, no, I want to see.
It's time to see if this guy really has it or not.
Now, following that, probably you'll be more excited about this than
I'm so excited about it. Let him know.
So the Eagles recently had a trade with Dolphins for Wgyh. In return, the Eagles give a 4th round pick. Now you're already bolstering a 7-1 Eagles team with a star. Well, I would say a very good running back, a better one that they have now. And you combine that with what they have right now with LeGarrette Blount, I think Wendell Smallwood, and you can even take Darren Sproles.
Corey Clement, yeah. No, Darren Sproles is out.
Oh, he's out, but for the following season if he stays. Now the biggest, of course, you have probably high expectations for Wgyh. Now, but you have to think about it, with Peters out. Will he have? Of course, he's gonna have better production, but you think he's gonna really propel this offense into something really special?
I think so. First of all, I just want to talk about how I think Harry Roseman, the Eagles GM, is a pure genius. Because last year when Teddy Bridgewater got hurt, Eagles traded Sam Bradford for the Vikings' 1st-round pick, and the Eagles also got a 4th-round pick back from the Vikings for Sam Bradford. Now that 4th-round pick they got from Sam Bradford just went to Miami for Wgyh. So the Eagles technically didn't lose anything.
Right.
They lost a 4th-round pick that was already gifted to them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what Howie Roseman's been doing essentially since Chip Kelly got fired and he was given the power back. He's just been making moves, and it's clearly working out. LeGarrette Blount's already one of the hardest guys in the NFL to tackle. And Wgyh is no small dude himself.
No, he's a big dude. Absolutely.
So they're both big running backs, so defenses are gonna have to here's LeGarrette Blount on 1st and 2nd down. Now tackle Wgyh, who's faster than LeGarrette Blount. Or you could do it vice versa. I know all of Philadelphia is happy. There's not one person I've talked to that's not upset about this trade. The Eagles needed a running back, and Wgyh is a good running back, but when he got drafted, he was a 4th or 5th round pick, I believe. So he really doesn't need that. His contract's not that big anyways. So they have them for the rest of this season, and next season they have Wgyh for. So it's another low-risk, high-reward kind of thing.
Right. Now, the one thing I want to talk about is, which really kind of is annoying to me because they shouldn't need to be in this position, why did the Dolphins even agree to this? Why are they trying to blow this up? They traded Wgyh, and right before the trade deadline, they're also trying to shop Jarvis Landry.
Their best receiver.
What are they doing? What is going on? They were still in the hunt for the playoffs. What are they trying to do? They picked up Jay Cutler in order to stay in the run for the playoffs while Ryan Tannehill was out. And they said, you know what? Forget it. We're going to blow it up.
I don't know. I'm not going to ask questions.
I mean, he's
on the Eagles now.
No, so. He's fine. But for me, it's just more in the bigger picture, I'm as a franchise, why would you blow it up when you're still in the race and you have nothing to replace him with? You know what I mean? Jay Cutler's already playing like garbage. You know what I mean? Why are you going to make it harder on him without a running attack? I just don't. It just mind boggles me how.
It's not for us to figure out.
Exactly.
They got a game this week, so
we'll see what happens. Maybe they found something or they noticed something that we can't.
That's the only thing. They know something that we don't know.
Exactly.
That's only what it's going to come down to.
Now, the biggest thing for me, the next thing we want to bring up in relation to the Jimmy Garoppolo trade, the Patriots signed Brian Hoyer as a backup, who was released right after Jimmy Garoppolo was traded over.
So it was essentially like a poor man's trade.
Yeah, it was a poor man's trade. Now, why Brian Hoyer? I don't understand. Like, I get it. You said earlier that Bill Belichick is very conservative in his moves, and he doesn't like a lot of attention brought to his team. But wouldn't you want a better backup that just in case if Tom got in trouble and gets hurt, you have someone reliable behind it?
No,
like
because
a Colin Kaepernick?
No, because Brian Hoyer used to play in New England. He was the backup for a few years there, so he knows the offense. And that's really all Belichick cares about, is somebody that knows what they're doing, knows the playbook, because the Patriots have been running the same playbook for years and years and years and years on end, essentially. So Brian Hoyer's familiar with New England. Like, he played there. He was Tom Brady's backup for a while, so now he's just going to go back to being Tom Brady's backup. So
Now we're going to get into something really kind of funny.
It's not funny to me anymore. I'm tired of talking about it.
I think it's hilarious.
I think it's hilarious,
I think it's
too.
hilarious. Name the team that did this. This said team decided to trade for A.J. McCarron and succeeded but forgot to file the paperwork right before the deadline.
To call the league to tell them that they're going to trade for a new quarterback.
Right. So who is this team, KJ?
I wonder. A team that never does a good job at getting a quarterback. It must be the Cleveland Browns.
You're right. Thank you. Well done. You won the prize.
What, a win?
So the Cleveland...
I won something. They didn't win anything yet.
They almost did, though. So the Browns, for some strange reason, decided to trade for A.J. McCarron, the Bengals backup. But they succeeded. The teams agreed on a trade, but forgot to file the paperwork to make it official to the league. And once the deadline passed, they couldn't do it anymore. Like, number one, why are the Browns trading for a quarterback when you already have Deshaun Kaiser, who you still should believe in? You're not giving them a team around him to do it with. And number two, why A.J. McCarron, of all people, you think is going to be...
backup quarterback.
Yeah, who's going to be the answer?
And the few games he started in has not looked good.
Yeah, and then number three, why are the Browns so brown? All right, well, let's do one more topic, and then we'll go to break. Quick thing, Josh Gordon got reinstated. He's going to be sent to the Browns because they still own his rights.
Can he play quarterback?
I mean, I wish. Just do Wildcat the whole season.
He probably still has the speed.
I give it to him. Like, the kid probably has the speed, you know what I mean? But do you think he'll have an impact at all? I think he'll help. If Deshaun starts...
If he can come back to that team...
ready to play.
Practice and, have his stuff together... They need to put Deshaun Kaiser back in there.
Yeah.
So now you have a receiver that a young quarterback can lean on.
Yeah, Michigan State, it's going to look well if we dominate.
I would love to see the offensive line this week, because looking at it right now, it says it's supposed to be chilly and rainy on Saturday for the game at Michigan State. That is an offensive lineman's dream. It's cold, it's rainy, it's miserable. Nobody wants to be out there on the field except for you. That's what it should be like for an offensive lineman. I just want to see them move Michigan State out of the way every single snap. Because I really think they're capable of it. I really do. And I just want them to put it all together.
Right.
And literally road grade Michigan State out of their own stadium.
And out of the playoffs. Or out of the top 25.
Out of the top 25.
Right. In the end, it's a must win. We got to win out for the rest of the season. We got to hope that Ohio State loses just for us to get back in the Big Ten championship race and even back into the national championship.
I mean, Ohio State still has to play Michigan at Michigan,
which could be tough despite Michigan out of the playoffs.
Michigan's not going to back down from Ohio State, their biggest rival.
We'll see what this young quarterback out of Michigan does too. He had a good game.
He did have a good game.
Well, maybe this could
Michigan has a better offensive line.
Yeah, you can give the kids more time, and that defense is still no joke.
That defense still has something to prove.
So we gotta, as Penn Staters, we gotta, pray a little bit, hope for the best. A lot of things gotta happen, but
I guess it is what it is.
It is what it is at this point. So that's gonna do it for us today. Thank you all for listening. Tune in every Thursday from 5 to 6. Go follow our Instagrams.
Thank y'all for y'all support. We
Twitter.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Go check out the YouTube channel, like and subscribe. Tune in every week for some highlights of each and every show. If you don't know what you're talking about, go to We'll Get You Hit PSU. See a couple this past highlights from the past couple weeks. Thanks again. Tune in. We'll get you hip.
Be cool.
See you.